Channel, Nebraska.
Presenting sponsors.
Cozad Haymakers High School Football on News Channel Nebraska is presented by Cozad Telephone Company.
And welcome to Cozad for day one, game one of our Cozad winter basketball slate on News Channel Nebraska, brought to you by Cozad Telephone Company. Now, thanks to Cozad Telephone Company, now offering convenient digital bill pay. Elijah Mosher alongside Coach Cargill. Game one of our doubleheader, Holdrege 3-0, Cozad 1-2. And Coach, how's it going? We're back.
Yeah, nice night here for basketball. Nice cold outside, nice warm and inside. Cozad coming in with a nice win over Maxwell last week. A young team that is improving under Kip Stevens. And then, of course, Holdrege coming off a pretty good start to the season. Of course, they went to the state volleyball tournament this year, and pretty strong group and veteran group with them.
And that's the big story, and that's just where Cozad new coach Kip Stevens, he's been in the game for a long time, retired a few years ago. He recently was the coach at Holdrege, and now he's coaching Cozad.
Yeah, doing a tremendous job, and what I like with the young kids, he has enough patience to try and show them the game the way it's supposed to be. And early on the first game against Chase County, doing a pretty good job breaking the press, got a little bit of foul trouble in the second half, and Chase County was able to pull away, but definitely seeing some improvement. And, of course, you understand they don't have any seniors on that group, everybody underclassmen.
All right, well, that's what's coming up today. Holdrege Cozad game one is the girls will step aside. More pregame coming up next on News Channel Nebraska.
Cozad Telephone Company is proud to offer a wide range of services, including residential and business telephone services, fast and reliable internet connection, including rural areas, with over 230 of your favorite channels, including absolute cable TV or internet-based Epic TV, plus 24/7 live customer service. Cozad Telephone Company is committed to the growth of their community, locally and family-owned and operated since 1902. They're here for their customers today, tomorrow, and years to come. Cozad Telephone Company is proud to offer a wide range of services, including residential and business telephone services, fast and reliable internet connection, including rural areas, with over 230 of your favorite channels, including absolute cable TV or internet-based Epic TV, plus 24/7 live customer service. Cozad Telephone Company is committed to the growth of their community, locally and family-owned and operated since 1902. They're here for their customers today, tomorrow, and years to come.
Taking care of your health is a lifelong journey, and Cozad Community Health System offers quality care every step of the way. A medical clinic for the first steps and first checkups. A hospital and ER for treating the unexpected events as we grow. Physical therapy to get us back on our feet. Everything is part of a single health system designed around you. You can come to us, or we can meet you in your home for home health services. And as your steps slow down, we offer you assisted living for a comfortable life. For every step of the journey, trust Cozad Community Health Systems.
Homestead Bank offers a wide array of financial services to Nebraska consumers, farmers, ranchers, and commercial businesses of every size. Their common sense approach to banking has allowed them to continue to grow within their communities, to stay small enough to know you, but big enough to offer the best products, to stand with you when times are tough. Homestead Bank started its journey over 100 years ago and now spans across the state with 9 locations to serve you best. Start your journey. Make the switch to Homestead Bank.
This broadcast is brought to you by Cozad Community Health Systems, caring for you and your family. Homestead Bank, your journey, your bank. And by Cozad Telephone Company, now offering internet in rural Cozad.
Back in Cozad, and the Holdrege Dusters ready to take on the Haymakers. Elijah Moshe alongside Coach Cargill. And let's get into our starting lineups. And first for the Holdrege Dusters. And the Dusters are starting a sophomore, Gracie Johnson, senior Avery Bilka, senior Addie Stutzman, senior Emily Stutzman, the Stutzman twins there, and then senior and Carson Sundquist. That's a hefty senior lineup there, Coach.
Yeah, the Stutzman sisters, of course, good multi-sport athletes. Very solid guards out front for them, right? So pretty athletic group, and a group that you want to keep out on the perimeter. While they are a good shooting team, the times when they have real success is when they're able to drive to the basket.
All right, and now let's get into the Cozad starting lineup. And it's going to be the junior Sarah Howell, sophomore Emerson Prop, sophomore Britlin Businger, junior Aubrey Hammerlin, and another junior, Braylon Malcolm.
Well, Malcolm having a pretty good season so far, number 24 for the Haymakers. Pretty athletic. It's a good job once you put the ball on the floor going to the basket. Aubrey Hammerlin, kind of the point guard for that particular group. And big thing is just to handle the ball. Times they've had trouble is in press situations. If they could keep that turnover number in that 15 or under, I feel like they have a good chance to stay in and compete in ball games.
All right, well, let's get ready for tip-off. It's going to be Johnson and a Prop underneath the center. And, Coach, you just got done officiating. Ready to get into some basketball here?
Oh, yeah, ready to rock and roll. Got my conditioning in for the day.
All right, well, let's do it here as we are underway in Cozad. Up top, it's Businger with the ball. Turns around, and man-to-man defense for Holdrege to start things out. Malcolm driving through the lane. Can't get the shot to fall, and it'll be Holdrege basketball.
Well, that's a good drive there by Malcolm. Probably wants to come down to a little jump stop and get a stronger finish on that, but you like the aggressiveness early on.
Holdrege to bring the ball up the court. Their first offensive possession today. Johnson with the ball on the right wing. And Holdrege, a team that looking to play a little bit faster here this year as we get an early shot. Knocked on in by Emily Stutzman. She's going to be big to Holdrege's success today. Hammerlin slings the ball over to Businger, and it'll go out of bounds off of Emily Stutzman. And Cozad will retain possession of the ball.
Yeah, the Haymakers got to work, get that ball in the middle a little bit quicker against that press.
You got a quick return.
Got a little handoff on that give and go there over there by Hammerlin. Batted out of bounds there by Holdrege.
So underneath the hoop, Sarah Howell to inbound the ball for Cozad. Haymakers coming off of a loss last night at home against Hershey. Businger up top with the ball. Goes out towards Howell, and the ball is going to be taken away by Addie Stutzman. Lays it up off the glass, and it's a 4-0 lead for Holdrege.
Now here's that 1-2-2 pressure there by Holdrege. Got to get the ball to the middle.
Hammerlin up the court, gets trapped past half court, turned over again. And here comes Bilka up the court, drops it in, and she'll have an and one opportunity as well.
Well, Haymakers getting that ball on the sideline when they cross half court. They're getting that half sideline squeeze. They need to get that ball in the middle or a skip pass on the other side of half court.
Free throw from Avery Bilka. Doesn't go in, and now Cozad trying to break the press. Lose the ball to Emily Stutzman. And off Gracie Johnson. And Holdrege with 4 different players on the board already. And we got a timeout taken by Cozad's Kip Stevens.
Now Haymaker's coming out. Coach is going to put them in a little different formation, likely to try to get that ball in the middle, force Holdrege to match up, try to open up some passing lanes so that they'll have 2 options, either one to skip past to the opposite side or get the ball in the middle in order to break into the sideline.
And this is something where just trying to get going, especially with a young squad taking on a very experienced one.
Well, yeah, 4 seniors out there, very solid, obviously very athletic, pretty long in there. And in that press, they're kind of baiting you into that half-court trap right there. And if you don't get the ball moving quickly and hit those passes on time, they're long enough to get in those passing lanes and get those steals and runouts.
And so Cozad will try to break the press again. Just under 2 minutes into today's basketball game. Howell brings it past half court.
There you go.
And here comes Businger driving in. Can't get it to go. Malcolm, the rebound. And she'll kick it out to Hammerlin. Malcolm up top. And we got a foul called on Holdrege. That'll be their first of the game.
Yeah, I like what we're seeing here now. A little bit of patience. Got to keep your eyes up, break the press, and then we're getting some looks down there going to the basket.
Foul goes on Carson Sundquist. And Addie Stutzman checks out in favor of Jacelyn Nelson. Businger gets it to Hammerlin off the inbounds pass. Hammerlin up top as Cozad tries to break past the man defense of Holdrege. Malcolm up top deep too. It was blocked back by Johnson. Now Johnston on a breakaway. The other direction, lays it up and off the glass. That falls off the rim.
Now this one where you got to attack that transition for the Haymakers because they'll set that up even off of a miss and transition the press.
Now Cozad back to trying to break the pass. Businger, double team, moves it up for Prop. Goes off of Prop's knee and out of bounds. 4th turnover of the first quarter from Cozad.
Now, like we said there, you got Bilka and Stutzman pretty good on that press over there. Got to make solid passes and clean catches against that press.
Out Cozad trying to break through, forces a turnover, poked away by Hammerlin. Prop underneath, can't get the shot to go. And Holdrege traces the other direction. Emily Stutzman out for Gracie Johnson. Johnson driving in, uses the glass and drops it in. She's up to 4 points on the game. Howell back over to Businger. Right in front of the Cozad bench. And the ball is picked up by Bilka. Emily Stutzman underneath the hoop. Kick back out up top. Swung over right side. Gracie Johnson for 3. Knocks it down. And that's how Holdrege has started out the day. Yeah. Another timeout by Cozad and Coach Stevens.
Yeah, pretty nice shot out there, Johnson. But ball movement very good for Holdrege. They're getting 2 and 3 quick passes and a nice open look. And then pretty good with their box out game down at the bottom for offensive rebounds. So Haymakers need to regroup here and get going against that press. I like what they're doing down here going to the basket. But again, the closer you get to the basket, the slower and more under control you got to play. Make sure you're getting those good looks and strong finishes so you can draw some fouls or have the opportunity to finish for the 2-pointer.
All right, now is a good time to bring in the fact that this is our first of 4 Cozad basketball doubleheaders this winter on Newtown, Nebraska. We'll be back with you again in January whenever Cozad travels to take on Gothenburg. And then that's a Thursday. Following Tuesday, we're back at it whenever Cozad hosts Amherst. And then we'll finish off our slate in Broken Bow. And Gothenburg whenever Cozad takes on the Indians.
Well, if you look down through the schedule here, Amherst, pretty solid team looking in the Class D1 there this year, or C2, excuse me. But Pretty good schedule there for the Haymakers. Opportunity to get some solid wins.
Back out of the timeout. Now in for Cozad, Briley Fisher, as well as McKenna Brose. That's just a freshman. And she's going to have her pass picked off by Emily Stutzman. And Stutzman was a player that Coach Runcie was calling a gym rat. When I talked to him earlier this week, she just works really hard to improve her skill night in and night out. Brose gets the pass out to Malcolm. Malcolm up the court. Place for Cozad to go with it now. Hammerlin hits the mid-ranger off the front of the rim, and then Prop loses control of the ball.
Prop had it. I thought she was going to get a bunny there.
But Holdrege is fast. They're lengthy. Could be a solid team for the Southwest Conference this year.
Yeah, very good spacing. As you can see, them and Ogallala are kind of clones of each other. Nice block in there, and Braylon Malcolm coming up with that, number 24. Nice job.
Malcolm with a big block to get Cozad back on offense. 3:30 to play in the first quarter.
Rip drive.
Malcolm driving in. Can't get the shot to fall. Sundquist the rebound for Holdrege.
Well, that's a good move there. Just got to finish that one.
Now Holdrege back on offense. Stutzman drives to the lane. Can't get the layup to fall. Doesn't get the foul call either.
Yeah, I got to step down a little earlier for the Haymakers. Get those drives cut down. Force that ball to be kicked out. And then recover.
Hammerlin looking for Fisher. Trying to find a place to go with the ball. Tries to get to Prop. And Sundquist rips it away. Up the court, there's Gracie Johnson. Brings her total up to 9 points on the game. This is a young Cozad team that trying to learn the varsity basketball level with 0 seniors.
Yeah. Now, right here, just got to get some good screening and movement action. Have to get open and start working some cuts to the basket, moving the ball efficiently in and out.
More substitutions. Howell and Lusinger back into the game for Cozad. Amerlin and Prop get a rest on the bench. Trio substitutions for Holdrege as well. Addie Stutzman brings the ball up the court. Goes to the right. Back inside, it's Pilka. Kicked out. Thought about the 3, did Vaughn.
Nice shot by Malcolm for the help down there.
Near side, Addie Stutzman. Up top. Aubrey Vaughn with the ball. And Holdrege is running out of time. Under 10 seconds on the shot clock. Big defense, and Fisher knocks the ball out of the way.
Great play by Fisher. Good team defense for the Haymakers.
Businger shoots the 3, knocks it down, and Cozad has their first points of the ball game.
All right, breaking the ice. We needed that. All right. Good defense leading to good offense. Nice job for the Haymakers. Squeeze.
Holdrege back on the return. Can't get the shot to fall. We got a jump ball.
Now, the Haymakers got to get that ball stopped early. The help defense has to come way early on, get that squeeze.
And we got a 30-second timeout taken by Coach Runcie of Holdrege with 1:21 to play in the first quarter. Holdrege leading 17-3 on the Cozad Community Health System scoreboard. And Coach, you guys got some weather over here.
Yeah, it wasn't very good. Driving the 3 blocks over here, I was kind of slipping and sliding, but we had the freezing rain last night, of course, and then this afternoon again started up. It's just kind of on that cutoff line where it was freezing, and then it got really cold here this afternoon. So roads are not very good out here right now. I'm just glad we was able to get the games in. It's kind of one of those slot schedules that if you don't get the game in, you're probably not going to get it in as a reschedule during the year. So it's good to see we could get basketball going tonight.
And definitely one of those where whenever I was driving here from Kearney, I didn't see anything on the roads. It seemed fine. Then step out and boom, there's nothing there.
Yep, don't be falling down.
Quick lay back up by Cameron Vaughn.
Al Vaughn undercut the backside of the box out and was able to get the rebound and put it back.
Swung over. Rebounded by Holdrege. Jason Nelson draws a foul. Going to go against Briley Fisher. It'll be her first, team second.
And I want to see the Haymakers do a little better job bumping those cutters, in particular on the front side.
And there's Avery Bilka with her second bucket of the night. And Holdrege has had the benefit they haven't played a game since Tuesday. So they've had plenty of time to prepare. Cozad on a back-to-back. Those Friday, Saturday ones always hit a little harder.
Yep.
Pros back up top looking for Fisher. 30 seconds to play in the first quarter. And Businger will lose it off of her foot.
Yeah, you know, if you look at the conference overall, Broken Bow, Ogallala, Holdrege, of course, Minden on the girls' side, I mean, pretty solid group of four. You're looking at pretty good level of competition this year in the Southwest Conference for the girls.
Ball moved back up top. Elko with the ball on the near side. Addie Stutzman will lose it out of bounds with 10 seconds to play in the first quarter. Businger brings it up the court. Just 9 seconds remain. Passes it over for Bros. And Holdrege will maybe get one more shot. Won't have it up in time. And that'll be the end of the first quarter with Cozad leading, with Holdrege leading 21-3 over Cozad. We'll step aside, be back in 45 seconds for the second quarter on News Channel Nebraska.
This broadcast is brought to you by Cozad Community Health Systems, caring for you and your family. Homestead Bank, your journey, your bank. And by Cozad Telephone Company, now offering internet in rural Cozad.
Cozad Telephone Company is proud to offer a wide range of services, including residential and business telephone services, fast and reliable internet connection, including rural areas, with over 230 of your favorite channels, including absolute cable TV or internet-based Epic TV, plus 24/7 live customer service. Cozad Telephone Company is committed to the growth of their community, locally and family-owned and operated since 1902. They're here for their customers today, tomorrow, and years to come.
Elijah Mosher alongside Coach Brian Gargill back with you from Cozad High School, where Haymakers taking on the Dusters on this Saturday afternoon. And we're on to the second quarter of action with Holdrege leading 21-3. Howell on with the ball for Cozad. Cozad, a team without any seniors, trying to take on a senior-heavy team for Holdrege.
Yeah, I like that. You're going curl cut, but that pass has got to be on the front side of that, going back to basket, right? I mean, a good scheme. Now you got to execute it.
And ball is poked away by Addie Stutzman, and she takes it all the way to the hoop and drops it on in for Holdrege. Holdrege was led in the first quarter by Gracie Johnson, who put up 9 points. 4 for Emily Stutzman. Now Addie Stutzman has 4 of her own as well. And
good pass.
Amerlin gets it to Malcolm, who's fouled on the back end. She'll have the line to shoot 2.
Well, nice jump stop there in the middle to establish herself, and a good cut by Malcolm. And then Amerlin was able to hit her on the back door, and going to be shooting 2 here for the Haymakers.
First foul on Gracie Johnson. Of course, team's first as well in the second quarter. First free throw on through the hoop as well.
Well, number 20, McKenna Bros, Coach Bros' daughter, coming into the ball game at one of the guard positions.
Cozad was led in the first quarter by Britlin Businger with 3 points. And both free throws from Malcolm at the line are through as well. Holdrege back on offense. Bilka up top. Ball's ripped away by Braylon Malcolm. She heads the other way on the fast break. Fouled by Sundquist. And she'll have the line for 2 more free throws.
Well, good anticipation there. Braylon Malcolm jumping out with that lead hand to getting the steal and taking it coast to coast. Again, shooting 2 free throws here.
First free throw doesn't fall. Malcolm, a player of 7.5 points per game for Cozad. A player we saw a lot last year as well on the hard court.
You know, she's long, pretty athletic. She just continues to work on her mid-range game and her drive game. She's really going to be a force to be reckoned with.
Can't get either of the free throws to fall, and Gracie Johnson back to work on the hard court past Emily Stutzman. It drops the right in through the hoop.
Yeah, Haymakers missed box out there on the backside of that.
Cozad back to the offense. Businger showing off her ball handling skills. Passes inside from Malcolm, and it's laid away, and now we're going to have a travel lane violation on Holdrege. Second year in the new Cozad gym. How you liking it, Coach?
Yeah, very nice, and you know, seating, and then the view, and then of course you got the commons area down there, and you know, if you're down there and want to get you a little something to eat while the game's going on, they've got the screens out there, plus you got the window view, so very nice setup we have here.
Prop looking inside for Malcolm. Malcolm doesn't need the glass. He just drops it on in, and Brandon Malcolm with the 4 points.
Shot. Now, that's the old Sigma drill, right? Face up there, you got that. So then next progression is the pump and the rip to the left there. So good skill set, good play there by Malcolm.
Ball nearly stolen away again by Bros.
Fire down.
And now we got a travel on the inside.
So, you know, this is just a learning thing, but that play right there, nice defense in the post, and then we should see Bros firing down there, really act with that ball, forcing them to make that ball come out.
Cozad back on the offense. 2 minutes into the second quarter. 4 points from Malcolm. Leads all scorers here in the second. Businger up top, sitting on top of the logo. 15 on the shot clock. Hammerlin inside, trying to drive in on Sundquist. Turns around, uses the glass. It'll be a rebound by Holdrege.
Good step there. Oh, good steal by Hammerlin.
And Hammerlin comes up with a steal as well. We've seen Hammerlin kind of all over today. And now we got a foul on Holdrege as well.
Yeah, that was a nice step through by Hammerlin, and then was able to get in there and scrap for the ball again.
First foul on Addie Stutzman. Her first, team's third. Quick three on the way from Bros. Knocks it on down. The freshman putting on some scoring.
20, Bros. Way to go, McKenna. All right.
Cozad's brought it within 15. Gracie Johnson shoots another three off the back iron. And the ball will be lost out of bounds off of Cozad.
Yeah, those are ones you can't swat at. You got to get up there and hawk that. You got to secure it there. Don't want to give second chances. All right, here we go.
Emily Stutzman underneath the Sundquist, knocks it in. Got a push in the back from Bros as well.
Yeah, they ran that picker, and Bros got caught on the high side of that. You got to bump that cutter and sit underneath, and then obstruct everything coming back to the basket.
First foul on Bros. Team's first of the second quarter.
Now, Holdrege looks like, definitely their top 10 ranking that they've earned so far. You can tell they're a veteran team, pretty smooth at handling the ball, right? Pretty athletic group. And so definitely early in the year looking the part.
And it's going to be a tough Southwest Conference this year. All the teams in play.
Well, really, if you look at it, it is very possible by the time you get into end of January, you could have 3 or 4 Southwest Conference teams in the top 10 in the state.
Pass up for Sundquist. She's fouled by a Howell. And she'll have the line to shoot 2. Howell's first, team's second of the quarter. Both teams waiting to make a substitution after this first free throw. And so Cameron Vaughn checks back in for Holdrege, and Ella Atchison in for Cozad.
Yeah, Atchison had a pretty good JV game today. A nice job. I think she had something like 6-7 points there.
(28-10) here in Cozad. Haymakers managed to break the press. Howell with the ball, swing it over to Emlyn Geiger. And Howell will have the ball stripped away by Holdrege, and racing the other way is Cameron Vaughn, and Fisher got a hand on it. Shot put back up by Emily Stutzman, doesn't fall either, and
good rebound by Hal.
Yeah.
Oh. Well, anyway, something you want to see here now, the Haymakers, when they get in the half court, doing a pretty good job getting to half court now. Now you have to make yourself available and make the passes on time. That's a crucial thing. Sounds like a little thing, but it makes your offense go so much easier, and flow of offense and opportunities for getting to the basket.
Up top, Gracie Johnson trying to drive in on Malcolm. Lays it up and knocks it through. Sophomore going to work for Holdrege.
Be available. Yep, keep your eyes up.
Osinger gets past half court. Passes out to Malcolm and swiped away by Sundquist.
Yeah, now that's a pass right there. It's just too far, right? I mean, defender's right there. You give that ball fake, you come back to the middle, you keep your dribble alive, you draw the defense, then make a kick in a passing lane. So, again, the Haymakers learning on the run here, and looks like Fisher going to take the ball out, and then Emmeline Geiger coming out of the game.
Businger gets the ball. We're over halfway through the second quarter. Emmeline gets a screen from Prop. And ball will be poked out of bounds by Holdrege. Cozad responded fairly well after a rough start to the first quarter. Prop far side travel before the dribble.
Now, very unfortunate. Emerson had a seal on the inside, didn't step down underneath. She could have got it on the near block, but wasn't able to see it.
Now Holdrege back to work on offense. Addie Stutzman to the right. Vaughn with the ball trying to drive in on Malcolm. And the cross-court pass that was going to Stutzman, and she had zero clue.
Well, I'm not sure if the Haymakers coaching that, but they're allowing that hard drive down on the baseline. And, of course, you can see so far Holdrege very right-handed team and everything they want to do. I think you want to kind of cut that off and force them to do something different maybe.
Businger thought about the three, goes
good.
Inside to Malcolm. Braylon Malcolm can't get it to go in off the glass.
Well, nice feed in there. Malcolm, unfortunately, couldn't finish right at the point of attack.
Stop and shoot from Stutzman, gets her own rebound and puts it back in. .240 left to play.
Well, I've also seen Holdrege. They like to come out in that 12-2 or that 1-3-1 look occasionally and try to trap out of that. I haven't seen any of that, but maybe later in this quarter and the second half might see a little change of pace for them as well.
Businger couldn't get the three to go. Holdrege back on offense. Emily Stutzman for three. Knocks it on down for Holdrege.
Yeah, got to get matched up transition, right? Open looks probably hitting in that neighborhood of 60% right now for Holdrege.
They haven't had many misses. Three on the way from Briley Fisher.
All right. Boy, that's from about 26 out. There you go.
Coach Stevens was telling me earlier this week that a lot of different players can hit the three. And there's Fisher knocking one down.
Yeah, there you go. Good scrap. Nice dive on the ground there by Malcolm.
Physical defense leaves a wide open Emily Stutzman, who overshoots the three, and Cozad will get the ball back.
Yeah, good hustle by the Haymakers there. All right.
Minute 46 left to play in the first half. Emmeline with the ball up top. Cozad continues to try to bring it back in, and then an errant pass as Holdrege the other direction with Vaughn. Can't get the shot to go, and out of bounds off of Holdrege.
Yeah, you see what they're trying to get with that pick and roll, but you can't throw that back into the help defense, right? I mean, you have to see that. It needs to be a skip pass to the wing and then back into the roll.
And we got McKenna Brose and Ashlyn Prop back into the game for Cozad, two freshmen. And into this young Cozad lineup.
Yeah, a little matchup zone now here by Holdrege.
Emmeline pass to her right. Malcolm thought about trying to go through the double team and how we'll lose it out of bounds. And this is a team with, you think about where they could be in 2 years, but the amount of varsity experience some of these players will have.
Yeah, and think athletically, and then of course we do have a pretty good eighth grade group coming up, and so just going to take a little bit of time, but you got to put in your time, develop your skill set, time in the weight room especially. I mean, strength. You look at Holdrege, they're seniors. They've definitely spent some time in the weight room, so that kind of takes care of it.
40 seconds left to play in the first half. Coming up here at the break, it'll be the Homestead Bank halftime show. Your journey, your bank will go through the entire first half, and as well as other stuff as well. Three-pointer on the way. And it's more like a pass
rebound
to Hammerlin, who drops it on in for the bucket.
Now, nice rebound, nice reverse layup there by 22, Aubrey Hammerlin. Good play.
15 seconds remaining, and the pass is picked off by Braylon Malcolm. Malcolm, past half court, nearly has it swiped away. Howell to Hammerlin, 5 seconds. Howell drives to the left. Hammerlin needs to put up a shot, and the ball's going to be knocked out of bounds by Holdrege.
Well, that's the third steal of the first half there for Braylon Malcolm. Nice job defensively.
Half a second on the clock. That'd be a quick shot here. Hammerlin gets it into Malcolm, and that'll take us to the halftime break, with Holdrege leading Cozad 35-15. We'll step aside when we get back. It'll be time for the Homestead Bank halftime show on News Channel Nebraska.
This broadcast is brought to you by Cozad Community Health Systems, caring for you and your family. Homestead Bank, your journey, your bank. And by Cozad Telephone Company, now offering internet in rural Cozad.
Homestead Bank offers a wide array of financial services to Nebraska consumers, farmers, ranchers, and commercial businesses of every size. Their common sense approach to banking has allowed them to continue to grow within their communities, to stay small enough to know you, but big enough to offer the best products, to stand with you when times are tough. Homestead Bank started its journey over 100 years ago and now spans across the state with 9 locations to serve you best. Start your journey. Make the switch to Homestead Bank.
Back in Cozad, and let's take a look at our school spotlights. And at the halftime break, Cozad, the Haymakers in the Southwest Conference, an enrollment of 182 in the 4th District of the NSAA. And their opponent here today, the Holdrege Dusters, also out in the Southwest Conference. 254 is their enrollment in NSAA District 5. All right, well, we're at the halftime break. Elijah Mosher alongside Coach Cargill, and 35-15 lead for Holdrege at the break. And Coach, what you see in the first half?
Well, a little bit of improvement there in the second quarter for the Haymakers in terms of handling the ball. But when you're working with young kids that haven't faced that kind of pressure and athleticism, it just takes time. It's one of those deals. You're going to have to take a kid out of the game, and you're going to have to show them from the sidelines, okay, do you see where you're supposed to be now? Here's where you should be. And again, hitting it on time, making the cut, and then making the pass on time. And that's both in the full court and the half court. So seeing improvement on that end. What you do is you go in this second half and say, all right, listen, here's what we want to do. We want to keep turnovers here. We want to score this many points. We're not worried about winning the game necessarily, but we want to compete at the high level in the second half. And so that's what you do. But obviously on the side of Holdrege, very good defensive team. They're good in transition. Ball movement is very good for them. And so coincidentally, a very tough team to defend. And so you want to make sure in transition you want to get matched up. So I'm sure Coach Stevens is talking to the Haymakers right now, say, hey, listen, when they get a rebound, right, we got to get moving. We got to get to half court, make sure we're locked in, and get everything help side.
And, of course, Cozad didn't get out to a great start. First quarter was 21-3, but second quarter, they only got outscored by 2, 14-12. You got to like how they played in the second.
Yeah, and the big thing, like I was saying, once you get settled into an offense, but young kids sometimes don't want that physical contact. But when you're setting screens and coming off of screens, you have to expect that as a basketball player. You get down to state, if you watch state basketball any time in the last 5 years, girls or boys, it's very physical, okay? And so you have to take the attack to the defense in order to get calls. The referees aren't going to bail you out for playing tentative. It's just not going to happen. And so just looking forward to the Haymakers handling that basketball in the second half. Really work on hitting those passing lanes and hitting on time.
This is the Homestead Bank Halftime Show. Your journey, your bank, with Holdrege leading Cozad 35-15. Your leaders at the halftime break for Cozad. Braylon Malcolm, 4 points. And then 3 for Britland Boosinger, McKenna Brose, and Briley Fisher. And then 2 for Aubrey Hammerlin. And for Holdrege, they're led by Gracie Johnson at the halftime break with 11 points. And then you also got Emily Stutzman with 11 herself. 4 for Addie Stutzman, Avery Bilka, 3 for Carson Sundquist, and 2 for Cameron Vaughn. Anything stick out to you there, Coach?
Well, all those kids are very capable offensively. I mean, that's pretty obvious. I think the big thing is that when they put that press on, they're really similar to Gothenburg, another team in the Southwest Conference that's going to do some damage, in the fact that they can cover a lot of territory in a short period of time. So your passes and your ball handling have to be very precise, and you have to get things where they need to be and then be very strong with the basketball, because if you leave anything loose, they're taking it away from you, and good enough to transition and finish on the other end.
Mm-hmm. All right, well, let's take a look at our upcoming broadcast here on News Channel Nebraska, as we got some more action coming up here. And coming up on Tuesday, Shattern State taking on UNK, as we'll get started with the broadcast at 5:20. And then on Thursday, Pender / Columbus Lakeview. So Pender in the girls game, Columbus Lakeview in the boys game, taking on North Bend Central on Thursday. And then next Friday, Auburn and Freeman at 5:50. And then a week from today, North Platte and Norfolk in the doubleheader at 1:50. And then a week from Monday, Lincoln Southwest taking on Columbus at 3:20. So those are our upcoming broadcasts on News Channel Nebraska. And with that, you can always take a look, see what broadcasts we got coming up, and so much more by just checking out our social media. As you can follow us on Facebook, X, Instagram, and our YouTube channel. Because, of course, wherever you are, you're probably watching this game on the NFHS network or on your TV at home. But if you do watch us and you can't access some of our games, say you got the South feed and you want to watch the game on the North, well, we do put a lot of our games up on our YouTube page at News Channel Nebraska afterwards, and so you can watch them there and so much more. So you can always follow us on social media. Again, at the halftime break, Holdrege 35, Cozad 15. We'll step aside, and we'll be back for the third quarter next on News Channel Nebraska.
Cozad Telephone Company is proud to offer a wide range of services, including residential and business telephone services, fast and reliable internet connection, including rural areas, with over 230 of your favorite channels, including absolute cable TV or internet-based Epic TV, plus 24/7 live customer service. Cozad Telephone Company is committed to the growth of their community, locally and family-owned and operated since 1902. They're here for their customers today, tomorrow, and years to come.
Back in Cozad as we're nearing on the start of the third quarter. Holdrege leading Cozad 35-15. Elijah Mosher alongside Coach Cargill. And Coach, this is just game one of our doubleheader today. We got the boys coming up next, and Cozad 3-0, Holdrege 1-2. But these two coaches have a lot of respect for each other and their teams.
Well, Haymaker's been playing at a very high level so far. They're averaging well into the 60s as far as average per game offensively, and doing a good job of keeping the other teams in that 40 or less range. And so Coach Bro's got the Haymakers rolling, and then I know that Holdrege has dealt with an injury to one of their guards. It's been a little tough for them. But looking forward to the Haymakers getting after it tonight.
All right, getting ready for the second half. What's the biggest key here?
Well, just handle basketball, right? Play tough. Got to play physical tough. And the other thing, if you notice, Holdrege has gotten a number of second chance shots on offensive rebounds. So whether you're playing man or zone, you've got to make sure you get box outs and get things sealed off when the shot goes up and stop giving those second chances.
All right, Cozad back out on the court. Howell, Malcolm, Boosinger, Hammerland, and Prop. So starting 5 for Coach Stevens and company. And Holdrege still coming up out of their huddle.
Yeah, Kim Bartlett had to tell Doc Endorf over there, hey, he's asking you to reset that 35-second shot clock. He's like, oh, he's talking to me. I got it.
Oh, man.
That's funny.
Should be a fun season for both these teams. They definitely learning early on both ways. All right, Holdrege back out on the court. That looks like it'll be starters for them as well. Those Stetman twins, Johnson, Bilka, and Sundquist. Bilka with the ball right now as we're underway in the third quarter. Emily Stutzman for 3 and rims on out, and it's rebounded by Prop, ripped away by Johnson. And it's blocked by Prop. Holdrege gets their own rebound, though, and Cozad comes away with a steal.
Yeah, just got to be stronger with that basketball underneath. Now Holdrege's going to try to man-to-man back here again.
Hammerlin with the ball. Under pressure, passes over to Howell. Howell back over, Malcolm. Back up top, Boosinger. Shoots the 3, it's blocked by Johnson, but Prop gets the rebound. And it's ripped away by Holdrege. Casey Johnson with the ball on the far side of the court, just a minute into this third quarter. 3 on the way from Addie Stutzman, and she drops it in. She's 3 for 3 from the field for 7 points today.
Yeah, Stutzman, pretty good ball player out there, and both her and her sister, of course, are standouts in track as well.
Boosinger trying to get past the defense of Emily Stutzman. Passes inside to Malcolm, who's guarded by Johnson. Trying to drive in on this man defense. And the ball slides past Prop. Third quarter turnover that time by Cozad. Holdrege back out onto the offense. Johnson receives a screen to the left underneath the hoop. Emily Stutzman all alone, can't get the layup to fall.
Yeah, the Haymakers, they just got to do a better job. You have to bump cutter. Somebody's setting the screen, that means you're putting a forearm in somebody's chops, right? I mean, you can't just let them run through the lane. That's just freebies, right? So you got to get that cut down. You can't give them easy scores here.
Owl gets a screen from Prop on the pick and roll.
Nice.
Slides a pass underneath the Hammerlin, who knocks it through.
All right, nice pass there.
How about that play design?
Yeah, we needed that. Good.
Emily Stutzman through the lane, passes it off to Sundquist. And both teams feeding off, receiving some help.
Yep. Pretty good play there by Holdrege.
23-point lead for Holdrege, and Malcolm gets hit underneath the hoop, doesn't get any call, and Holdrege off the other direction.
Again, that's the right idea, but you kind of got to see that help before you make that pass, right?
Avery Bilka receives a little roll of the basket. And Cozad just continues battling on the offensive side.
So right there on that pick and roll, Boosinger's got to turn that corner and get a downhill look to draw that defense to make that play work like Coach wants it to.
Johnson up the court. nearly loses it out of bounds. And in fact, they're going to say that she did.
Now McKinnon Bros had a nice first half, checking back into the game, number 20, and then 25, Ashlyn Prop coming in as well. She's a freshman too.
No secret that this Cozad team is very young. Gracie Johnson shoots the three for Holdrege off the backboard. Sunquist gets the rebound, can't get the putback. Third chance opportunity, and Addie Stutzman will be heading to the line.
Yeah, the old ball's ricocheting around there. That first one about broke the backboard. That was a tough one.
First trip to the line for Addie Stutzman today. First one off the back of the iron. Holdrege out to a fast start here in the third quarter. 7 points in the first 3 minutes.
Yeah, you think about that. Broken Bow, Holdrege, Ogallala, Gothenburg, Minden. I mean, that's going to be a humdinger, isn't it? I mean, really, on that girls' side. You know, 3 ranked teams now, but you look at it, I mean, I was talking earlier, that could be as high as 5 possibly.
It's a very competitive Southwest Conference this year, and we'll be bringing you to a couple more Southwest Conference doubleheaders in January and February. Howell gets the screen from Malcolm.
There you go. Oh,
pass
gosh.
Inside.
Boy, that
overthrown.
was there. She just needed to make a solid pass.
Emily Stutzman rolls one back in.
Nice move by Stutzman. Just cupped that and shielded herself on the step through, and a pretty strong finish.
Holdrege has opened up a 30-point lead over the Haymakers. Halfway through the third quarter, and Gracie Johnson picks another pocket, lays it up with the right hand, and off the glass and in. Timeout, Cozad. Be their third timeout. It'll be a full timeout, as Coach Stevens obviously not exactly like you've seen on the court, and the run that Holdrege is going on, it's a 11-0 run.
Yeah, when I first started my career many moons ago, I was coach girls basketball. Unfortunately, we weren't very good at the time. And you just try to manage the game and try to get just little learning points as you're going on, try to get your kids to improve. I mean, there's points in this game, for example, where it's a physical mismatch, an experience mismatch. And so you're trying to learn the kids, get them settled down, get them back in a defensive mentality, and get them to execute on the offensive side. Make sure they're going to the basketball, make sure they're making those passes on time, make sure they're making solid screens, those types of things. So, just keep coaching them up and doing the best you can.
And the timeout right now, 32-point lead for Holdrege on the Cozad Community Health Systems scoreboard, building a better future for patient care. That's Cozad Community Health Systems. We couldn't do our broadcast without all of our sponsors. It was a fun fall with the football season, and now we're to basketball mode. It's kind of hard to believe that Christmas is just under 2 weeks away.
Yeah, Thanksgiving's late. I mean, getting right into it, and the holidays, everybody getting a little travel, getting together with families, so that's awesome, and everybody having a good time and getting things done.
Back on the court here in the third quarter, 3:46 to play, and another swipe away by Addie Stutzman, and Emily Stutzman will lay it on in. The Twins putting together the work.
Well, that's one where you come off that wing, you want to stay in contact with the defender and then make a direct line to the pass, right, so they can't undercut that.
Ashlyn Prop, left side, and Bros.
Ball fake drive, there you go.
Freshman trying to drive on the senior, picks up her dribble, kicks it back out to Ashlyn Prop, who fires off a three. And Hamlin tried to bring it back in, but it goes off the backboard.
Well, good hustle try there by Hamlin, but unfortunately hit the back of the backboard.
Now Holdrege back into the game. Cameron Vaughn passes it in. And Holdrege back out on offense. Three-pointer on the way. Off the side of the rim from Mariah Shepard. And we'll have a loose ball foul.
Al Fisher had it but couldn't secure it right off the bat. And Holdrege going to have the out under here.
3 minutes to play here in the third quarter. Open three opportunity. Vaughn spins around. Rebounded by Holdrege, and another two-pointer. This one goes in for Garcia.
Yeah, that's kind of mismatch. You had Prop down there. She weighed maybe 80 pounds, and then Johnson kind of shoved her out of the way and was able to get the offensive rebound.
Out top, Atchison swings it over to Fisher, and Fisher will have it poked out of bounds by Bilka.
Yeah, don't put that out in front of them. You got to hold that ball on your hip and be strong with it, right? The old mess with the bull, get the horns type of thing.
Line change for Cozad. Howell, Prop, Malcolm, Geiger, and Boosinger all in for the Haymakers. Howell tries to swing it over to Prop. Up top and Boosinger. Boosinger gets the screen from Prop. Now Howell driving in on Bilka. Gets the bird dribble. Shot clock running low, just 5 seconds. Geiger running shot. Off the rim, put back, fouled hard, and she'll have a line to shoot
nice
two.
Job. Good offensive rebound there by Geiger, and stuck with it. And going to earn some opportunity here at the free throw line.
Geiger shooting two. Knocks it on through. We'll have a second chance here for another one. That one also rims its way through.
Whoa.
And then a pass. Whew.
Little airmail out of bounds there. I don't think 15 thought that ball was coming to her. It was high and hot.
2:05 to play in the third quarter. Boosinger trying to spin around the defense of Holdrege. Drives her way to the hoop, draws a foul, and she'll have the line to shoot two.
Well, another opportunity at the free throw line for the Haymakers.
Foul goes on Mariah Shepard.
Yeah, one thing, especially in girls basketball, you see it commonly in boys basketball, but that move going to the basket with the dribble hop where they gather really strong on two at the rack. I mean, that's one I've always felt in girls basketball you want to work on and let them finish strong through that. And if you get good with both your left and right hand, it gives you a lot of scoring opportunities, in particular against isolation type looks out of man-to-man.
Second free throw from Boosinger. This one hits. Now Holdrege back on offense. Boosinger forces another turnover. Lays it up and in off the backboard.
Now a couple good plays there by Boosinger.
Johnson up top. Swung inside. Prop trying to knock it away from Bilka. Big back out. Swung around. Johnson back up top. Driving through the lane. Gets it to go on. Nice little shot.
So that's one like right there, even out of that zone look. You got to really squeeze that strong side drive. You can't let gaps be penetrated like that. Really, when you're playing good zone, it's man-to-man, right? Good type of man-to-man. It's just saggy.
Goes out and initially lost the ball. Got it right on back. Boosinger with the ball on offense.
There you go. Right to the
Malcolm
basket.
Inside. Tries to use the glass. Can't get it to go.
Yeah, I'd like to see her take one more dribble there and then get right in there into the basket and in the paint finish.
Under a minute to play in the third quarter. Johnson fires another three. High arcing off the back of the iron. Rebounded by Cozad, and we'll have a traveling call on Cozad.
Now number 22, Aubrey Hamlin, coming back into the game for the Haymakers.
All brought in, back out. Johnson another shot. Two doesn't go, and out of bounds on Prop.
Yeah, I mean, you just got to track that ball and secure it. That's one the Haymakers really need to have there.
31.5 seconds remain. 26 seconds on the shot clock. Johnson gets it in for Bilka. Bilka trying to drive in. Her shot's blocked, and I'll stay
So
with
that move
Holdrege.
right there, yeah, by Bilka. I mean, that's what I'm talking about. See, I turned, little dribble hop. She's gathered under there in between. She's able to go up and get a strong finish.
Inside, off the glass, drops on in for Cameron Vaughn.
Got to get matched up out of that. 18 seconds left here in the third.
Howell, right wing. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Howell driving in. And will lose the ball out of bounds. Seven and a half seconds here for Holdrege on offense. Businger comes up. Johnson open for three. At the buzzer, off the front of the rim. And that'll bring us to the end of the third quarter with Holdrege leading 57-22 over Cozad. We'll step aside for next on New Channel, Nebraska.
This broadcast is brought to you by Cozad Community Health Systems, caring for you and your family. Homestead Bank, your journey, your bank. And by Cozad Telephone Company, now offering internet in rural Cozad.
Cozad Telephone Company is proud to offer a wide range of services, including residential and business telephone services, fast and reliable internet connection, including rural areas, with over 230 of your favorite channels, including absolute cable TV or internet-based Epic TV, plus 24/7 live customer service. Cozad Telephone Company is committed to the growth of their community, locally and family-owned and operated since 1902. They're here for their customers today, tomorrow, and years to come.
Back on News Channel Nebraska, alongside Coach Cargill. Time for the fourth quarter of action between Holdrege and Cozad. Holdrege currently with a 57-22 lead on the Cozad Community Health System scoreboard. Cozad with the ball to start out this fourth quarter. Hammerlin with the ball, moves it up top to Howell.
I'll tell you what, Bilka and Johnson, defensively really are game changers. Very long. I mean, they're hard to get around. They're very active, and they're pretty quick for as tall as they are.
All gets brought back up the court by Holdrege. Cross court. Addie Stutzman. Now Emily Stutzman driving in along the baseline. Can't get the shot from the left block to go, but she gets her own rebound, and now we'll have a foul called.
Yeah, I'll see there's one right there. You don't want to give up that baseline. Your help in that particular defense against that zone is back to the inside, so you want to squeeze that, keep them off the baseline.
Sundquist back at top. Addie Stutzman with the ball. Now Emily Stutzman tries to move to the right. Gracie Johnson fires another three. That one's too strong. Braylon Malcolm comes in for the rebound, and she'll be out of bounds. Inbounds pass from Emily Stutzman. Bounce pass into Sundquist. Another bounce pass over to Bilka. How about that? Fundamental basketball.
Pretty nice finish. Pretty good. Couple pretty good passes. Those balls went pretty quick in there. Nice job.
The lost art of the bounce pass.
Yep, it was there.
Rose goes around the screen. Gets it to Howell up top. Howell driving through the lane. A little bit of a floater just off the back iron. And a rebound by Sundquist. Other way. Avery Bilka again, up to 10 points on the game.
Yeah, pretty nice night for her. She's done a pretty good job.
Rose gets the screen from Prop. There's it back to Prop. Up top was looking for boost from Hammerlin, and
well, she had Malcolm on that backdoor cut and went to get the fake. Malcolm made the cut, was going to be wide open, but unfortunately threw it out of bounds. If she hits that on the back door, that's a nice score for the Haymakers.
Holdrege back to the offense side. Go through the middle, and it's tipped out of bounds by Cozad. Strong defense that time around. Inbound pass to Johnson to the corner, and Addie Stutzman back up top to Johnson.
Well, the Haymakers trying to sit in the zone, but they're doing that overload down the bottom side. Pretty nice pass on the baseline. Holdrege doing a nice job of sneaking in behind that zone, and that's where they're hitting those. Haymakers got to cut down on that.
10 a run for Holdrege going back to the third quarter. Under 6 to play here in Cozad. Brown right wing with the basketball inside. Looking for Malcolm. Malcolm looking for a place to go with the ball. Finds Atchison.
Rebound.
Deep two. And just rims on out. Rebounded by Johnson. Other way, Bilka fouled on the shot. And she'll have the line to shoot two.
Well, the ball kind of got fumbled all the way down the court by Holdrege, and then Bilka kind of picked it up there and got swatted.
Second foul on Hammerlin, second this quarter.
Getting a little sloppy here at the end. All right, wholesale changes for Holdrege, and then for Haymakers comes in 25 Ashland Prop, 21 Britt Businger.
Five minutes remain. We got a running clock the rest of the way out. Second free throw doesn't fall. And Cozad will bring it up the court with Braylon Malcolm, and be a foul. Or excuse me, a timeout taken by Cozad. Full timeout. Fourth timeout used by Cozad with 4:37 to play. 64-22 is the score in favor
Yeah,
of
it's just a reorganization timeout for Coach Stevens. Make sure all the youngsters are on the same page, and Holdrege got all their JV kids in there, and so finish out the old ball game that way. And so time for the youngsters to get some experience here at the varsity level.
Yes, and that's the only way. One of the only ways to get better. Just keep playing.
Well, you know, I mean, you think of somebody like McKenna Bros. I mean, going up against Johnson and Bilka. I mean, that physically mismatch. But when you learn that competition level you have to play at, you'll assimilate, and then you get better as you go on, and learn how to play the pace of the game, how to play someone that's bigger and longer than you, so you can handle the basketball and have the opportunity to score. So, you know, those are good things.
That it is, as both teams getting ready to come out of the timeout. Holdrege looking to improve to 4-0 on the season. They've had a good day today.
Yeah, I think you might see it next year, but the Haymakers right now just don't have that scorer, that person that can go out and manufacture points for you. So coincidentally, you got to play really good team offense and play together very well handling the basketball to get points. So keep working on that.
Malcolm with the ball. Upside. Looking for a place to go with it. And that's going to be 5 seconds. And that'll be a turnover. Give the ball back to Holdrege.
Now, she did the right thing, but those other youngsters have got to learn how to get open, whether that's setting screen or hard cuts. And when you cut, you got to shield that cut so you're open when the passer wants to get you the ball.
Holdrege back up on offense. 3-pointer on the way. Rims on out from Jesselyn Nelson. Businger with the ball. Is to the left in Bros. Goes up top to Malcolm. Malcolm receives 2 screens. Pump fakes the shot. Fires a pass over to Atchison. He can't grab a hold of it, and it'll be a jump ball in favor of Holdrege.
Now, that's the right read by Bray Lynn. What we'd like to see is Ella cut right to the basketball and curl over the top of the defender and hit her going to the basket, right? So the right idea just needs to be executed a little bit better.
Garcia up the court, passes over to Shepard. Shepard back to Garcia on the inside. 3-pointer on the way from Vaughn. And it'll be rebounded by Malcolm.
Dribble.
Under 3 to play. Businger trying to get through on the fast break, loses control of the ball, and Malcolm brings it up, and Malcolm led the line to shoot 2.
Oh, yeah.
Second foul on Mariah Shepard. Be the third trip to the line for Malcolm today. First free throw. Props are 2 for 5 from the free throw line. Coming up after the game, post-game show, and that'll be followed by the boys' game between Holdrege and Cozad. Here on New Channel, Nebraska, as Malcolm hits the second free throw.
Whoa.
Garcia over to Shepard. 2 minutes to play as driving in is Vaughn, has it tipped. Garcia shoots the three. Drops off the side of the rim and Prop with the rebound.
Yeah, nice job there, Ashland.
Malcolm trying to drive in. She'll be fouled and she'll head back to the line for 2 more.
So I really like that, but again, like I say, when she goes to turn that corner, she's strong enough. She can just keep coming into that, keep turning that corner, take one more dribble hop and get right to the front where no matter what, they probably can't stop her.
30-second timeout taken by Holdrege. That's their second timeout that they've taken today. They'll have 3 remaining. Minute 36 to go. 2 free throws on the way for Cozad and Braylon Malcolm. And then we'll play this one out the rest of the way. Definitely a lot to learn from for Cozad, and they'll probably be excited to be done for their first time of back-to-back this season. Never easy playing that.
Yeah, you know, you got to get used to that. I mean, if you get into conference and you get into a state tournament or district play, I mean, you're going to get that. So you have to learn to accommodate. That's just part of the season, back-to-back nights, and so this is a good experience earlier in the year for them.
First free throw from Malcolm. Spins on out. One more to come from Malcolm. And
good job.
She knocks that through. And so now Malcolm will come out. And Mallory Munster checks in. So on the court for Cozad right now, Fisher, Atchison, Bros, Munster, and Ashland Prop. 3-pointer on the way for Holdrege. Knocks it on down as Olivia Sandy.
Now, pretty good shooting group here, Holdrege from the outside.
And then 15 to play. Up top, and Prop. Out gets it back to Fisher, up top, and Bros. Shot clock turned off, under a minute to play. Driving in goes Cozad, kicks it back out for Prop, and it's stolen away by Vaughn. Garcia. For Hartsong, back out. 3-pointer on the way from Vaughn. And Cameron Vaughn knocks it on down.
Now Vaughn, number 10, pretty good player. You know, saw her in the JV game and did a pretty good job for Holdrege in the JV game.
Final 30 seconds. Fisher shoots 3.
Boom.
Knocks it on down. Her second 3 of the day.
Yeah, second of the night. Nice shot.
20 seconds left to play. And I think Holdrege is going to call it off, as Coach Renzi is just going to have them pass it around with less under 10 seconds left to play. And that'll bring us to an end of game 1 of our doubleheader, with Holdrege advancing to 4-0 on the season with a 70-27 win over Cozad. We'll step aside. Post-game show is coming up next.
This broadcast is brought to you by Cozad Community Health Systems, caring for you and your family. Homestead Bank, your journey, your bank. And by Cozad Telephone Company, now offering internet in rural Cozad.
Taking care of your health is a lifelong journey, and Cozad Community Health System offers quality care every step of the way. A medical clinic for the first steps and first checkups. A hospital and ER for treating the unexpected events as we grow. Physical therapy to get us back on our feet. Everything is part of a single health system designed around you. You can come to us or we can meet you in your home for home health services. And as your steps slow down, we offer you assisted living for a comfortable life. For every step of the journey, trust Cozad Community Health Systems.
Cozad Telephone Company is proud to offer a wide range of services, including residential and business telephone services, fast and reliable internet connection, including rural areas, with over 230 of your favorite channels, including absolute cable TV or internet-based Epic TV, plus 24/7 live customer service. Cozad Telephone Company is committed to the growth of their community, locally and family-owned and operated since 1902. They're here for their customers today, tomorrow, and years to come.
Back in Cozad, post game one of our doubleheader this afternoon on News Channel Nebraska. Holdrege takes down Cozad 70-27. Elijah Mosher alongside Coach Cargill. And Coach, Cozad, a young team, they know what they know they got some learning to do, but they played hard.
Well, what you do if you're Coach Stevens, you're going to go in there, just have a handful of breakdown film off huddle there, and I would start off immediately with how to break that press. They had the idea, but it's not being executed quickly and efficiently enough, right? And once they figure that out, because most every team's going to run that type of a press. You know Gothenburg's going to do it. Ogallala's going to do it. Minden's going to bring that type of pressure. Every one of those teams is going to do that. So get good at that. Make sure you're efficient at your job. And then in the half court, they just have to be a little bit better of cutting, screening, and hitting passes on time. So a learning opportunity there. So better second half, obviously. Second quarter on was, doable. But a lot of room for improvement for a young team.
And Holdrege showed off their prowess and length and what they're capable of this year.
Well, Holdrege very, legitimate top 10 team here in C1 right now, and there's no doubt about that. You're going to hear about them down the road, and as we talked previously on that girls' side, there are 5 Southwest Conference teams who have an opportunity to be top 10 teams in the state for sure.
Holdrege led on the day by Emily Stutzman with 17 points. Gracie Johnson added 15, 11 for Avery Bilka, and as well as 8 for Addie Stutzman, 7 apiece for Cameron Vaughn and Carson Sundquist. And those are kind of who led Holdrege on today.
Well, pretty balanced scoring, pretty good in transition too. And then as we saw, if you give them room to shoot from the outside, they can definitely knock them down.
As Holdrege moves to 4-0, they'll be at home on Tuesday taking on Sandy Creek before they get a big matchup with Gothenburg on Friday at home. And that could be interesting to see, an early test to see who could be the cream of the crop in the Southwest.
Yeah, and Gothenburg having a strong start to their season as well so far, so that will be a great matchup.
Cozad led on the day by Briley Fisher, Brittlin Boosinger, and Braylon Malcolm, each with 6 points, 4 for Aubrey Hammerlin, 3 for McKenna Bros, and then 2 for Emlyn Geiger. Next up for Cozad, as they drop to 1-3, they'll be hosting McCook on Tuesday and Cambridge on Thursday, and then they get Alma on Saturday. So they get 2 top 10s in a 3-game week next week.
Yeah, they're going to have an opportunity again, and right here before the break. And so good luck to the Haymakers, and keep working hard.
Let's take a look at our upcoming broadcast here on News Channel Nebraska. As a busy couple of games to finish up December. We got college basketball on Tuesday between Chatham State and UNK, and that'll be followed by a doubleheader at North Bend, with North Bend Central taking on Pender in one game and Lakeview in the second game on Thursday, and then Auburn and Freeman on Friday, North Platte and Norfolk in a doubleheader a week from today on Saturday, and a week from Monday, Lincoln Southwest taking on Columbus. And of course, you can always check out our upcoming broadcast schedules and so much more on our social media, Facebook, X, Instagram, and YouTube. You can always figure out our broadcast schedules, highlights, interviews, and so much more just by checking us out on social media. As something we love to do here. We are getting ready for the boys game. That's coming up in 15 minutes. We'll step aside, and when we come back, it'll be time to get you set for the boys matchup between Holdrege and Cozad. One final time, Cozad falls to 1-3. Holdrege advances to 4-0 with a 70-27 win over the Haymakers. We'll step aside and be back on News Channel Nebraska in a moment.
Cozad Telephone Company is proud to offer a wide range of services, including residential and business telephone services, fast and reliable internet connection, including rural areas, with over 230 of your favorite channels, including absolute cable TV or internet-based Epic TV, plus 24/7 live customer service. Cozad Telephone Company is committed to the growth of their community, locally and family-owned and operated since 1902. They're here for their customers today, tomorrow, and years to come.
Taking care of your health is a lifelong journey, and Cozad Community Health System offers quality care every step of the way. A medical clinic for the first steps and first checkups. A hospital and ER for treating the unexpected events as we grow. Physical therapy to get us back on our feet. Everything is part of a single health system designed around you. You can come to us, or we can meet you in your home for home health services. And as your steps slow down, we offer you assisted living for a comfortable life. For every step of the journey, trust Cozad Community Health Systems.
Homestead Bank offers a wide array of financial services to Nebraska consumers, farmers, ranchers, and commercial businesses of every size. Their common sense approach to banking has allowed them to continue to grow within their communities, to stay small enough to know you, but big enough to offer the best products, to stand with you when times are tough. Homestead Bank started its journey over 100 years ago and now spans across the state with 9 locations to serve you best. Start your journey. Make the switch to Homestead Bank.
This is a special presentation from News Channel Nebraska.